honeys, it's KingBritneyChanel and I'm back with yet another video. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the dishonorable Apostate Taylor and Michelle. As you know, I've been talking about this whole situation on my channel for quite some time. So I'm going to be updating you all with an exclusive, via my inside source. I'm going to be giving y'all some updates. I know you all have waited for some time. Definitely make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on the video. Share the video so that we can get, truth out there to the people in Messiah. And I hope you all enjoy this video, and I hope you all, receive this video well. And let's get started.
I already know it's your girl, Brittany Chanel.
Okay, just a quick disclaimer. The views expressed that I'm getting ready to express are from a family member of Michelle that is a part of DET's ministry. They are not my own views, okay? I don't have any firsthand knowledge of these particular situations. These are the views of my source. Alright, you all, I hope you all are having a blessed and prosperous day. I am back with more updates. You all have been asking me for quite some time, hey, are you going to do follow-up videos on the Apostate D. Taylor situation? And I am back with some updates for you all today. So this particular update, a family member of Michelle B., you may know her from that deposition that D. Taylor was involved in. A lot of people know her as also Ask Michelle from the whole situation. Her family member, reached out to me to speak with me to provide some updates for you all and to give a message to anybody that comes into contact with this ministry, and to give a message for Michelle. Okay, let's talk about it, y'all. I had to write some notes, okay, and y'all are gonna see me referring to my notes because it's so much to unpack. And just to give the disclaimer, honey, for that particular ministry, if you start with the crazy comments and trying to come for people, I will put out some receipts on y'all that I have in the tuck, honey, where you're out here trying to act like you're holy, but we know that you're not, okay? So if you don't want those receipts to be put on the forefront for people to know how y'all really be moving out here, I suggest that you just have several seats and relax, okay? Now, I just want people to know that come in contact with this ministry. I want y'all to know the truth, and I want y'all to know who y'all are really dealing with, because so many people have been affected by this particular ministry by, just coming into contact with Apostate Taylor. And I just wanted to put some truth out there for y'all, okay? So let me get to my notes. So when I spoke with my inside source, the first thing that they wanted the public to know is that a lot of people, they look at Michelle as the after effects of everything. But they wanted you all to know that Michelle, the way her story started off, Michelle was a solid businesswoman, making six figures, had a whole life. You get what I'm saying? She was going through a divorce at the time. And, that is when DET came into the picture in her life, okay? Michelle was going to regular church, and then she kind of stopped going to church and started watching DET's videos. And through Facebook, once again, because this is typical of what we hear from this particular ministry, through Facebook, they were sending messages. And she began to, I guess, stop attending regular church, and then she began to watch DET's videos, his services, okay? So the inside source, or Michelle's, family, which is one, my inside source, says she felt enthusiastic about this, right? Okay, so imagine you receiving messages, which I've kind of spoke to you all about the messages that are blasted out via Facebook. Oh, God put it on Apostate's heart, and he's been thinking about you, and he's praying for you. And imagine this lady in this situation, you know, a businesswoman making 6 figures. She's going through a divorce, okay? And that is putting a woman in a, you know, a real, I would say, sensitive situation or vulnerable situation, right? And, you know, she's enthusiastic because she's getting these messages from this ministry where she's, you know, oh, somebody is praying for me, and oh, you should be in ministry full time. And of course, you know, these messages are how most people get kind of reeled in or lured in. And so, of course, the messages are sent out such as, oh, you're beautiful. You're so beautiful. God gave, you know, Apostate a vision about you and how the person is supposed to be in ministry, right? Does that sound familiar to you? If that sounds familiar to you, put that in the comment section below, okay? You know, what was said to you. Because I really want women to know this, that this is what's going on, okay? This is what's going on. That you are so beautiful, and oh, it was a vision and all this stuff. This is how it typically goes. I've showed you all some of the Facebook type of messages before, some of the messages that go out. I've played voice message phone calls for you all from this particular ministry. So back to Michelle. Michelle began to go visit, and this is the part that gets really crazy here, and left her children, you know, of course, her and Apostate, they start to correspond, and he invites her to go visit, right? So she left her children for a whole week, and the family member of Michelle is like, you know, they had to figure out what, you know, was gonna happen with the children for a whole week, because she just was like, you know, off on, you know, visiting DET, okay? So one of the children in that particular situation had to get, you know, a trusted adult to help out with that situation. But, you know, Michelle ended up coming back, and, you know, this is when they also started, you know, her and DET started corresponding, and she began to, her family said, you know, sneak off to go FaceTime and to talk to him. And what it was, you know, she, you know, expressed to her children that she was in love with Apostate, and that she was going to, you know, head out and move to work in the ministry. And let me look at my notes. She was going to work in the ministry and be with Apostate. Now, here's the clicker with this, you all. If you have children are, you know, like, what is going on? Like, why is my mom acting like this? Like, the family is like, what's going on? Because all of this is kind of going kind of fast here. But, you know, she expressed to her children that she was in love with, you know, Apostate and all this other stuff. Now, of course, the family expressed that one of her children felt abandoned, because Michelle was basically like, she was going, you know, to this place with or without, you know, the children, because one of the children could not, you know, particularly go because of schooling obligations and stuff like that. So the schooling could not be disrupted. But Michelle was like, honey, I'm going to be with Apostate anyway, and I'm going with or without, okay? And that is like, you have to ask yourself, what type of man, especially if you're claiming to be a man of Yah, a man of God, what type of man would encourage this? A mother leaving her children behind. Ask yourself, what type of man would encourage this sort of behavior, okay? A lot of you all, and I'm just giving y'all, like, you know, free game. A lot of people, they always say, like, they want to find their purpose and they want to serve. Your first ministry in serving is at home, folks. Okay? It's Yah that's the head of the household. Then it's husband. Then it's wife. Then it's children. That is your first ministry. Yah should always be in the front and center of your mind. Not a man, not you running behind a man that he's not Yah. Okay, but I'll get back to that, okay? Because that goes into idol worship and stuff like that. So basically, Michelle, according to my her family, my source, Michelle basically left her 6-figure job and basically got rid of her house and her car and just moved to be with DET. Now, this is important, you guys, because I've showed you in videos prior. People are literally giving their life savings to this ministry. I showed you all in a video. I will link the video in the icon where there was a letter that was supposed to be from this ministry where they're like, deed us your house, your will, your press, if you have any oil, if you have any gems, anything of value, give it to this ministry. I showed y'all the receipt of that. I will put the video if you have not seen that video, but that was crazy. So according to the source, Michelle began to invite her children out to, see the ministry. Of course, you're missing your children, and to visit and everything like that. So basically, the family member of Michelle expressed that they arrived to an empty apartment, and it was confusing to them because it's like, why would she leave? This is a lady that's a businesswoman, 6-figure salary, living her best life, and then the family member arrives to this empty apartment. There's nothing there. There's, the family member's like, where's your furniture? Okay. But it was confirmed that Michelle had picked her family up in a BMW, which was put in question in that deposition, you guys, about that luxury vehicle, okay? In that deposition, okay? So basically, the question was asked on the deposition, do you remember them asking, was that Michelle's personal vehicle or a ministry vehicle? And it's looking like, apparently, y'all, like it could have been Michelle's personal vehicle because Michelle was using it for personal use. And this is important because it was a lot of speculation and concerns in that deposition if DET was using money from the church ministry to finance a luxurious lifestyle, okay? Y'all remember it was all of that question into the luxury vehicle being turned into a limo and all that crazy stuff that was going on with that. So the family member also expressed that they were taken to the big house that was in that deposition as well, you all, which he stated was a ministry house. But y'all, the only ministry that was at that house was Michelle and David. And this is because, and I heard from the family member, or they expressed that the only people that they saw staying in the house was Michelle and David. And there were, I'm not going to say the ministry, there was staff, but they were, outside. They had the outside, work in like tents and stuff outside, but they were not in the house. It doesn't seem like they were allowed in the house because the whole time that the family of Michelle was there, they only saw David and Michelle at that house. And also, just to elaborate, the deposition said that Deborah Frazier, whose husband that she recently divorced, and it was a whole divorce decree. He gave his wife, the husband of Deborah Frazier, a house and a few millions for her and her kids, right? Y'all remember that in the deposition. The wife went back to her husband. The reason that whole thing came into play is because the wife went back to her husband saying that she was broke. Well, the husband is like, how is it that you're broke and I basically set you and the kids up, right? So basically, she in turn gave that money to David, right? That's why they were asking him all those questions on the deposition. And I'm getting to it, y'all. I know it's a lot to take in right now. My source, hold it, y'all. Deborah sleeping on a mattress on the floor in a house full of people. And the reason why this is important, you all, is because this man is living in a big mansion looking house, via that's why they were asking him about that so-called ministry house, right, in that deposition. And this lady who had a house, a few million, is now sleeping on a floor. I don't know if she's sleeping there now, but like in a situation where she was left destitute on a mattress on the floor in a house full of, like, the person kind of just threw a number out there, like it was a house full of people, like maybe 30, a house full of people, okay? That's crazy to me, you all. And this is what I'm saying, like, people are giving their last to this individual, and this individual is coming in between people and their family from the looks of everything. Like, this is just so sad, you all. Like, I get tons of people reaching out to me talking about this ministry, and I felt, in my spirit that I wanted to put the truth out there regarding this stuff, okay? So let me get back to my notes, you all, because I don't want to miss out on anything. I tried to be very detailed with my notes, and I tried to really get what my source wanted to get out there, okay? This is why, though, I'm bringing this to the forefront, because people are, like I said, they're giving their life savings, okay? I played for you the messages. I've showed you all with the letters that are sent out to people supposedly asking for, resources and money, okay? I recently got text messages from this ministry where they're like, oh, Apostle is praying for you, and it's just so sad that, in 2020 with Rona Gal and everything that's going on, this is still going on, okay? And my source says, that people are allegedly worshiping this man, waiting on him hand and foot. Like, in their mind, he is like a king to them. And that's crazy, because there's the one king. Like, I mean, it's okay to, give honor to people when they do a good job, but it's not supposed to be to the point where you're worshiping people, where you're in isolation from friends and family, and you're not living your day-to-day life, folks. That's a CULT. That's what that is, okay? The source also has, like I said, confirmed that they saw Deborah sleeping on a floor in a destitute state, while David was living it up in that mansion. Also, in the deposition, it was asked if he was using the ministry money to live lavish. And my source says that they were present on the Bahama trip that was mentioned in the deposition as well, where he spent $3,500 on Versace. And in the Versace store, the source stated that he claimed he was Jesus's, wait a minute, y'all, wait a second now, Jesus's best friend, and he needed to dress as such. Do you really think that the Messiah is concerned about you wearing Versace with the Medusa head that has a whole bunch of snakes? Like, what in the idol worship is going on here? Like, it's not like Abba Yah wants you to have nice things. Don't get me wrong. He wants you to live a prosperous life, but he doesn't want you to exalt those things above him at all. And then two, we're not even going to get into the whole graven images things that's on that. But, sir, if you were Jesus's best friend, he would be telling you to come up out of all of this sin and mischief and wickedness, okay? Like, let's just be clear about that. I also got some information for you all. Oh, I wanted to tell you all. My source also revealed that there were youth members that kind of were, were kind of recruited in to kind of, they wanted them to get other youth to come in. And basically these youth were coming with literally nothing, right? Leaving them in a poor type of state. And they were, you know, supposedly not allowed to go get a job or like a side hustle. They had to kind of work in the ministry and for the good of the ministry, and then they had to get on EBT, like, you know, food stamp type of stuff. So my source also wanted to confirm that. And also, a lot of you all have seen that false prophecy of the Denver Broncos false prophecy. My source revealed that Michelle was the inspiration for the Denver Broncos failed prophecy or false prophecy, and she was strongly rebuked for it. Michelle, according to her family, was a super Broncos fan, okay? I believe that that's where she came from, Colorado, okay, Denver, Colorado. And she was a super Broncos fan. So you could put 2 and 2 together, you all. And she was strongly rebuked for that prophecy going, you know, false. And it was said that she had a negative spirit. She was strongly rebuked for that. And let me get y'all the, you know, the verbatim quote. But this is what's going on, folks. Like, this is not what I feel. You know, you got to use your common sense. Like, you can't just be so far into religion that you just throw your common sense out the window. This is what we're not dealing with a man of Yah. A man of Yah would never, you know, want people away from their family. People would not be leaving their family and not communicating with their family in all of these years. People, you know, would be, you know, well, you get what I'm saying? Like, they would be well-rounded, all of this crazy stuff wouldn't be going on. But I just wanted to tell y'all what was happening with the Denver Broncos situation. So pretty much, it was said that Michelle was a super Broncos fan, and when the whole issue came up, when that, you know, prophecy went awry, or it came out, you know, false, basically Michelle got rebuked. It was a strong rebuke, and was told she had something negative in her spirit to be selfish, influencing the apostate like that. So that's what happened with that Denver Broncos prophecy, you all. It was also said that DET tried to arrange a relationship with Michelle's daughter with another person in the ministry. And this is when Michelle's family began to realize that there was much more going on than church, okay? They had experienced regular church, and this was nothing like it, you all. Also, my source said that there at the church was an incident about Michelle's son, who was a youth, and basically a male ministry member was kind of said to be seen being very kind of aggressive with the son. And that is when Michelle's daughter had to step in and express her concern about, you know, the person being, I guess, aggressive with her younger sibling, right? And so the ministry member tried to put paws or hands on Michelle's daughter, and after that he had to be laid out. So this is just, if the spirit of Yah was in a ministry like this, would this be going on in a ministry like this, you all? You have to ask yourself, why would this be going on? You know, Yah the Most High God is not the author of confusion, folks. You get what I'm saying? Like, the spirit of Yah is, you know, loving, kindness. You get what I'm saying? And aggressiveness is not it, you know? It was also expressed that, you know, my source witnessed David being aggressive in tone with the staff, and that was something that was said to be going on, you know, or people alluded to, that he was very on top of the staff to get those calls out, get those text messages out, to keep that money rolling in. And like I said, I've been receiving I've received messages. People have sent me receipts of this ministry, saying, oh, Apostate has a vision and all this other stuff, because they need to keep that money rolling in, folks. But to me, it's over with. Rona girl is going on. Who's really giving money to this at this time? But this is why I'm putting this video out, so that women, like, no. If this man is trying to talk to you or saying you're so beautiful and all this other stuff, he has talked to, it's been confirmed, or been with many women in the staff, okay? Many people in the staff, in his ministry, and he's not going to marry you. He's not going to make you the first lady, the number one. He's not going to, okay? This is something, the Facebook message goes out. He lures, that's the lure. And then these people, they just get rid of their possessions and they go and follow this ministry. And as I said, a lot of people get kind of pulled in because they're looking for their higher purpose. And that higher purpose is Yah. Your first ministry is you serving at home. That's your first ministry, folks. Also, I wanted to put this out here because this is an important message from Michelle's family. Michelle's family wants people to know that Michelle is a kind and, nice individual. And that's how she was before she met DET, okay? The person that you see now probably is a person that has gone through maybe brain ... wash, or, a person that is in love with a person that's doing all this wickedness and stuff like that. They want you all to know that she's just like the other women that are involved in this whole situation. You get what I'm saying? Like the other Vicks and people that have been affected by this ministry. Her life was on track. She was doing well. She was nice, loving, kind, and then she received that Facebook message, and now we're here. Okay? It has also been alleged that David has prevented Michelle from attending her daughter's graduation or even visiting unwell family members. And Michelle has not been in contact with her daughter in 5 to 6 years over this ministry. And I will put, Michelle's family has been concerned about this for quite some time, because when that deposition came out, the family, said, is this that apostle or apostate that, Michelle is dealing with? And the ministry came for Michelle's family. And instead of her, sticking up for the family, she came at the family and decided to call, the family members all kind of snakes and all kind of stuff, to where they're no longer in contact. And they really want Michelle back. They really want their family member to be around them again, to talk to them again. And I'm just keeping all of these people that have been affected by this ministry in prayer. It's really sad, you all, that this is going on, and that people are just giving up their life savings and following this man. Like, no one should be worshipped but the Most High Yah. All glory belongs to him. My source also stated that they witnessed David being waited on hand and foot, being called a king and Jesus's best friend. And y'all know that if you read the word, that's idolatry. No man is to be worshipped. All glory belongs to the Most High Yah. He's a jealous Yah. And I will get the scripture for you all. This is why I really want you all, and my source also stated this, that they want you all to pray before you get involved with these ministries. They want you to read your Bible for yourself, so that you know the word for yourself, so that you're not, throwing all common sense out the window. Like, these people really want a relationship with their family again. and they're just so wrapped up and entangled in this man, and everything that he says, that they're in these situations, unfortunately. So I'm going to pull up the scripture. It says, all right, for the Lord thy God is a jealous God among you, lest the anger of the Lord thy God be kindled against thee and destroy thee from off the face of the earth. So just understand that Exodus also 34:14, for you must not worship any other God. For, let me pull it up all the way. Okay, for thou shalt worship no other God, for the Lord whose name is jealous is a jealous God. So unless, when you put yourself are making people, if you are in a situation to where people are giving reverence to a human being that's not the Most High, not the Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus, in American language, English, you are probably in a CULT. That's how you know that that's what's going on, okay? They're telling you, oh, everything is going to work out for your good. This is why you need to know the word for yourself so that you're not bamboozled, hoodwinked, and led astray. A lot of people are deceived because the enemy masquerades himself as an angel of light, so they believe all of the signs and wonders that happen. That's why you see a lot of these people that say that they've seen Jesus, and they're really experiencing the signs and wonders that the enemy is masquerading himself as, okay? Like, he's the great deceiver, okay? It says he has deceived and continues to deceive the whole world. So I just want you all to keep this, family, number one, lifted up in prayer. Please do not judge these people. These are people that were, everyday loving people that, got wrapped up in the wrong ministry. And, I'm praying every day for these people to come out and to resume their life with their families, and so that they could be delivered from this. So keep these people in prayer. Keep Michelle's family lifted up in prayer. And I will see you all soon on the next video. Thanks so much for watching. To catch up, if you're new to this situation, I will link the playlist to my pastors that are wilding playlists on the video. And I will see you soon. Be blessed.